Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm from Center Stage Music Center, and I will be going over your piano skill requirements for NYSSMA Level 3 and 4. For NYSSMA Level 3 and 4, you need to prepare 7 major scales from memory, 3 octaves in duplet or triplet eighth notes, ascending and descending, hands together in parallel motion, and your quarter note on your metronome needs to be at 72. However, you do need to just perform 3 of the prepared major scales. All 3 scales are chosen by the adjudicator. So today we're going to be reviewing C major, G major, D major, A major, E major, B major, and F sharp major. We will really dive into the scales that have different fingerings, specifically like B major and F sharp major. We will quickly glance at the other scales as well, but we want to really focus in on the scales that have different fingerings. So for C major, we have to do 3 octaves. There are no sharps or flats with C major, so let's get going. So we're going to quickly go over the scales that have the same exact fingerings. C major, G major, D major, A major, and E major share the same exact fingerings. I'll break down C major, and then you're going to use those same fingerings for every one of those other scales. Your right hand for C major, you're going to put your thumb on C. And again, the pattern is going to be 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. And coming down, you play your pinky, and you're playing the rest of your fingers, and then the pattern starts again. 3, 4, 3, 4, and 3. That's your right hand. Let's try that. So start with your thumb on C. Here we go. C, D, E. Underneath with your thumb. F, G, A, B. Under with your thumb. C, D, E. Under with your thumb. F, G, A, B. Under with your thumb. C, D, E. Under with your thumb. F, G, A, B, C. Once you hit that third octave, we're going down. B, A, G, F, 3. E, D, C, 4. B, A, G, F, 3. E, D, C, 4. B, A, G, F, 3. E, D, and C. Practice that a bit. Once you get comfortable with that, let's do your left hand. For your left hand, you're going to put your pinky on C. Again, the pattern is 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. What does that look like? 3, 4, 3, 4, and 3. Once you reach that third octave, you're going down. Descending can feel a little tricky because it doesn't really feel natural, but you're going to go, when you're going down, you're going to start after your third finger, you're going to go underneath. After your fourth finger, you're going to go underneath. Third finger, fourth finger, third finger, and that puts you right into the starting point. Here we go. Start on C with your pinky. C, D, E, F, G. Third finger over. A, B, C. Fourth finger. D, E, F, G. Third finger. A, B, C. Fourth finger. D, E, F, G. Third finger. A, B, C. Descending. B, A underneath to the G. G, F, E, D under. C, B, A under. G, F, E, D under. C, B, A under. G, F, E, D, C. Practice that a bit. Once you get comfortable with that, you put that hands together. So now let's do G major. G major has 1 sharp. G major has F sharp. To find F sharp, you find F, and then you go up a half step. That is F sharp. So let's talk about G major. Let's try it slowly. Again, same fingerings. Try right hand, then your left hand, and then you put it together. Here we go with G major at a slower pace. So that was G major. Let's try D major. D major has two sharps. It has F sharp and it has C sharp. So once you do this hand separately a couple of times, then we're going to do it hands together. Here we go, D major. Let's do A major. A major has three sharps. It has F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. Here we go, A major. Now let's do E major. E major has four sharps. It has F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. Here we go, E major. Great. So those are the scales that share the same fingerings. Let's talk about our B major scale now. Our B major scale has five sharps. It has F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. And our B major scale changes the fingerings from all the other scales we just learned. However, it just changes the fingerings on our left hand. Our right hand actually keeps following those same fingerings. So it's still 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, and 4. And going down, you're going to switch to 3, 4, 3, 4, and 3. Our left hand actually starts on our fourth finger. Our fourth finger starts on B, and we're going to go up from there. So it's B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. That's one octave. And you're going to do that 2 more times. You're starting a new octave, so let's start with the third finger. C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. Third octave. D sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. Going down. Under, 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 and back to B. So now we're going to do our B major scale, hands together, 3 octaves. We'll do it at a slow speed. Once you get that and you feel comfortable with it, then you can put hands together. Here we go, B major scale at a moderate speed. B. Great, we're almost there. Now let's learn our F sharp major scale. Now you get 2 for 1 with F sharp because it is the enharmonic for our G flat scale. So our F sharp major scale starts with our second finger on your right hand, and it goes 2, 3, and 4. Let's talk about the sharps with F sharp. It has F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. So with E sharp, as you know, it's actually F. But for F sharp major scale, we call that E sharp. So for your F sharp major scale, you're going to start with your second finger on F sharp. And the beginning of it is different. So it's second finger on F sharp, then third finger G sharp, then fourth finger on A sharp, and then it starts up the pattern that we are already used to. So it's 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3. And then the ending, we're going to put our thumb underneath to E sharp, and then we're going to end with our second finger on F sharp. All right, I'll demonstrate that for you so that you can see. So let's start with our second finger on F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. Now, the pattern we're used to. B and under. After your fourth finger, under. Going 3, under. Going up to 4. And then once you get here, you're going to put your thumb under E sharp, F sharp. Now to go down, your pattern is going to be 3, 4, 3, 4. So D sharp, C sharp, B. Fourth finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. There you go. All right, so now let's do your left hand. So for your left hand, we're going to start our scale with our fourth finger. So our fourth finger is going to be on F sharp, fourth, G sharp, A sharp, and then your thumb, B. And then we start our regular pattern. 3, 4, 3, 4, and so on. All right, let's give it a try. So F sharp, F sharp. And once you get to that E sharp, you're going to use your second finger to play F sharp and go back down. And your pattern 3, 4, 3, 4 starts again. 4, under with a 3, under after 4, under after 3. All right, hands together. Ready? Let's try it. Great. So practice each of these scales, hands separately first. First your right hand, then your left hand, then you put them together. And now let's try all these scales with the metronome. Now the requirement for NYSSMA is to do this in either duplet or triplet with your quarter note at 72. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate your duplet option of that. So let's put your metronome at 72 for your quarter note. Okay, so if you're wondering what triplet sounds like, I'm going to do one example in triplet with my quarter note at 72. I'm going to do A major. Here we go. All right, so there you have it. Those are your piano requirements for NYSSMA Level 3 and 4. Please keep in mind that you do also have to prepare a solo from the NYSSMA manual, as well as practice sight reading, because you will have to do that at NYSSMA. Good luck to you all, and if you'd like, please see our next video on NYSSMA Level 5 and 6.